Welcome to the live experience. This is Bob the Healer. Welcome to the talk. Have you been feeling overworked, avoiding resting? Today's talk is for you. We're discussing emotional avoidance through distraction. Yes. Now, some people like myself use work to distract us from our emotions. But there's some that use other things, like addictions to distract from emotions, abuse to distract from emotions, money to distract from emotions. And today's reset session is to get us not to judge ourselves from this running from stillness, but mainly to embrace stillness, okay? Put stillness right next to us like a teddy bear, okay? And learn to have a relationship with stillness, okay? But before we begin that, make sure you are subscribed. We are on day 12. I'm so excited, guys. We've been pushing through strong. If you haven't checked out day 1 through 11, make sure you check that out. I will have it all linked in a playlist very shortly. Now, I want to do a mindfulness exercise. Will you join me? First, let's take a moment for silence. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Let's take a moment for silence. Why do we need a moment for silence? We live in a digital age where everything is vying for our attention. Hi, welcome in. Silence keeps us in tune with the rhythm and the flow. Silence allows for our mind to detox. Now, the next exercise, if you'll join me, I want to do a mindfulness body scan. Have you ever heard of that? This you can do anywhere, anytime, any place, for however long you want. First, I recommend sitting down. Back up so you guys can see. And what you want to do is stop and just assess your environment, look around, put your feet on the ground. Put your feet on the ground, firmly planted, palms up, shoulders back. And I want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And I want you to pay attention to your feet. I want you to wiggle your toes. How do your feet feel? Do they feel tight? Do they feel tense? Do you feel any heaviness? Next, I want you to go up the body. Pay attention to your calves. Do they feel tight? Do they feel loose? Are they warm? Are they cold? Babe, we're doing a body scan meditation to help us slow down and operate in stillness. Join us. Now, one of our most important parts, and as you age, the most unreliable, our knees. Check in with your knees. Hi, knees. Do they feel stiff? Oh, I forgot the ankles. Check in with the ankles too. Do a little rotate. The point of this exercise is to slow down the mind and to ground the body. When our energy is up here, it's very hard for it to be down here. An anxious mind cannot exist in a peaceful body. And so if we get the mind to focus on the body, we start the healing process. Guys following? Okay, back to the exercise. So we stopped at the knees. Hold on, y'all. Puppy, come here. Come do this exercise with us. You need some mindfulness too. Yes, come sit down. Good job. Okay. I want you to resist the urge to rush this process. You deserve this time. Your body deserves to rest. Now I want you to focus on your hips. Do they feel restricted? Do you notice any pain anywhere from any of the places in our body? Now, I want you to notice the stomach. Do you notice any tightness, any crunching, any slouching? Pay attention to your spine. Now analyze your throat. Does it feel dry? Does it feel clear? Do you have any frogs in there? Do you notice any tightness in your neck? Oh, yes. In the shoulders, in the arms, in the fingers. Now I want you to shake it all out. Shake it out. Okay? That is a full body reset. I hope you enjoyed that. I loved that. It made me feel so relaxed. Life can really push you to be in overdrive. Hello, hi. And staying busy so you don't have to sit with your thoughts can be a form of self harm and self sabotage. When we are constantly active, we overload our system. Stillness serves a purpose. It may not feel productive, but it's intentional. Now, story time. I personally, all week, have been working with my life coach to be still. We have identified that I might be a workaholic. And, I'm not too mad at that. Me, my therapist, my life coach, yeah, we be unpacking some things, solid. And one thing we unpacked was like, I am constantly working. Whether that be when I'm outside of work, I'm working. And when I'm working, I'm working. And I'm trying to work on working. You see where I'm working? And so I've learned that I'm always working to avoid emotional overload. Okay. As someone who does spiritual healing, I can receive a lot of people's emotions. It can be overwhelming at times. And I will not see the purpose and intention of slowing down my practice, my work, because I feel like I have so much that I want to offer and do. But it's important, not only for me, but for my loved ones and for my community to be in a sense of balance, to have rest, and to not feel overwhelmed by my schedule, by life, right? So God's working on me, like the good child of God that I am. And He is showing me that you don't have to do that much. That honestly, overworking is a sign of lack of faith. Truly, honestly. Sometimes laying down and letting go is the best thing you can do. And what I've learned is that when I finally allowed God in, He showed up. But you have to get out of the way. When you resist stillness, there's a consequence. You see, when you resist stillness, your body tends to break down. When you resist surrender, you get ahead of God. You lack support from God. And I don't know about you, but I've learned my lesson. When you don't have support from God, it becomes very difficult. And so, as the good child that I'm learning to be, I'm sitting down, I'm resting, following my bedtime, my morning rituals, and nightly rituals. And I'm no longer distracting myself from my emotions. Let's take this deeper. When you're constantly moving, you start to align your vibrational frequency with fast things. We're not emotionally processing what's happening. When you're in a constant instability because you're not sitting still, that can have consequences in multiple areas of our lives. From our love life to our career to our finances to even our daily schedules. It becomes chaotic and problematic. A lot of the times, you could have probably got there faster or even got there or got it done quicker if you would have just rested before. Because when you're overworking, you're avoiding whatever it is you're running from. Hi, welcome in. Is it that you're uncomfortable with quiet? Is it that you're uncomfortable with stillness? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Bob be knowing. Yeah, I be knowing you want to take that trip. You want to go on that vacation, honey. You got something in your car every other day ready to go. Can't sit still. Or you're the executive. Or always got something on your calendar. Can't take a vacation or a day off. And I don't blame you. Most of us were never taught how to rest. Matter of fact, society teaches you that rest is empty. Not true. Rest is intentional. It's purposeful. It guides you to a more intimate version of you. It allows you to reset. It allows you to transcend. Rest is aligned with ease and abundance. Rest allows all of us to show up as our most best, luxurious selves. That's what rest does. You ever seen someone rest deprived? Yes, you have. You've been it. Irritable, frustrated, hungry, sleepy, tired, emotionally overwhelmed, inconsistent, scatterbrained, can't think straight. Baby, I know it's resting. I know it's just hitting something. Bobby knowing. Baby, you need rest. And there's all kinds of rest. Hi, welcome to the live. Thank you, thank you. Make sure you are subscribed. How are we resting? Are we just assuming that rest is sleep? Rest can be spiritual. It can be spiritual rest. the emotional rest, mental rest. Sometimes we need all of it. Physical rest. Your body may be tired. Most times people don't know which one that it is. But that's okay. That's why we start with the body. And if you missed the beginning exercise, go back and rewatch that on the replay. Now, we've identified we're avoiding rest for whatever reason. We identified the importance of rest. Now, we've identified the different types of rest. Now it's up to you. You have to figure out, what rest do you need? Ask your mind, body, and soul, what does it need? Like I said, start with the body, then the mind. If you can't get the body to focus or the mind to rest, focus on total restation. What do you look like at rest? Well, for me, I love creating, guys. I really do. I love all types of creation. And it's intentional and it's purposeful for me to allow my body. Hi. Welcome in, welcome in. We are just talking about resting and not distracting ourselves from resting, because it's a form of emotional avoidance. I grew up with parents who didn't like to rest. Well, one of my parents doesn't like to rest. And when I asked them a while ago, I'm like, how do you rest? They're like, I don't know. Some people like to rest through sleep. I like a mental rest. So, music, cozy blanket, nice candle, soft jazz playing in the background. Like, I need that environment around me so that my body can physically rest. Hi, make sure you're subscribed. I also like to make sure everything is taken care of before I rest so that I don't have any worries. Now, certain times I'm going to have worries, right? But at least whatever I can take care of has been done, and then I'll rest. What I'm learning sometimes you don't have to earn rest. Yeah, you can just rest. Hmm. I can just rest. Like, what? I don't have to work hard for that? Wow. And oftentimes, I find that when I allow myself to rest before a major event or reading or a client experience, I serve better. I give more. I'm happier. My energy is on. However, there are some uncomfortable conversations that one must have in stillness. Like, what makes me so uncomfortable in this place? Is it hearing my thoughts? Is it feeling my emotions? Or is it something I'm holding on in my body? In that stillness, you have to ask yourself those questions. You have to say, oh, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to sit down. I'm ready to stop avoiding what I feel. I'm ready to receive the emotions that I'm suppressing, both good and bad. Because sometimes you can run from joy. And I find myself running from the feeling of success. Like, success is never enough to me. There's always more you can do, there's always something else you can. And success is what you are able to accomplish within that day. Like, doing your best. Let it go. So as I'm healing and I'm growing and I'm creating a relationship with stillness, I'm learning it's not that bad, honey. It has its purpose. And eventually, those emotions that you're running from will meet you where you are. So I want you to reflect, what emotions are keeping you busy? Mm. I know for some of you, a few emotions just came up. I want you to write those down. Hi, welcome in. Okay. And I want you to pay attention to how you respond to these emotions. Okay? But before I get out of here, if this talk resonated with you and you're feeling really called to stillness and using your energy to transform and heal your life, I recommend clicking and grabbing the Mars Reset Guide. It's in my bio. It's phenomenal. And it will teach you how to operate so that you have more time for stillness and more intentional flow of actions. So thank you for joining this live and this talk with me, Bob the Healer, on the Heal a Heart Network. Join me for tomorrow's show, where we'll be talking about some fun, exciting things and continuing on our topic from today. God bless.